All right. I don't know if it kicked. I don't know what happened there, boys and girls. That darn thing just jumped right off. I don't know if I'm uh, broadcasted or not. Man, I apologize. Oh, YouTube. Where were we? Who we are. We're a community of like minded people with common interests in hunting, fishing, protecting our community, culture, families, and environment. So, whether you're turning in from home, the truck, the deer camp, or a cozy cabin up on the ridge, thanks for joining us this Thursday evening. Now, I'm still out of town. I was going over that when the old stream went haywire on me, but I'm working with a bunch of good guys. It's a demolition company and an asbestos abatement company working together. The demolition company is doing. Let me take these earphones out. The demolition company is doing interior gut out. It's a concrete structure, so they're gutting it back to structure. And as they go, there's some asbestos. Really, it's just mostly mastic. It's non-friable, so it's relatively safe. But they're getting out of the building as required by the EPA and the OSHA standard. And the interior guys are in there taking down the sheetrock walls. Like I said, taking it back to structure. And I just got in a little while ago. Matter of fact, I'm hot. Let me get this, y'all get to see my bald head. Let me get some of these clothes off while I talk to you. But it's a wonderful bunch of guys who are doing a super job. Uh, the abatement team is probably going to be there after the first of the year. And that gum old sweatshirt, hoodie thing, got them old that inside right there. That stuff, boy, it holds on. And plus, I got a flannel shirt on, so I'm kind of glued together there. But in this kind of weather, it's an unheated building, and I'm doing a bunch of administrative work, so it kind of gets a little cool in the building, so I have to bundle up. But anyway, here I am with you guys tonight. Glad to be here. I wish I were at home. I did get home overnight last night and had to hustle back up here. Had a doctor's appointment and had to run to the bank and the post office, a couple things like that, take off some trash, getting some new doors put in at the house while I'm away. So a lot of things going on. Anyway, here I am on Thursday night in the concrete jungle of Atlanta, and I am glad to be with you guys. If you will, go ahead and send me a comment, say hello, and tell me what you're up to this evening. This, like I said, this is not my regular studio. I'm sure you're getting all kinds of echoes off these bare walls, and the lighting might not be that good, but I wanted to be here with you guys. Anyway, look what I got. I want to show you. This is a fruitcake, a Claxton fruitcake, a classic Claxton fruitcake. Boy, not many people like those things, but I sure do. I like that old dried fruit in there with that cake. It's delicious. I had old grandma one time. She's gone now, but she got one in a round tin. It was even more fancier than the old Claxton, but she she was stingy with that thing, boy. It'd last her clean in the springtime. But she would cut her a small piece and take a little jigger of bourbon and pour on that thing before she enjoyed it. Boy, and she shared it with me one time. That was the most wonderful thing I think I'd ever had. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, old Leona, she's gone now. So anyway, here to be glad to be here with you. Y'all drop me a note, let me know you're listening. It'd be nice to hear from you. Uh, Let me see if I can get my thing boiling here just to check and see how it's going. Confound it, man. You know what? When things go bad, they don't turn out well at all. Anyway, y'all, excuse me. Y'all go ahead and hit me up and let me know what you're thinking. And I'll sit here and pillow with this thing and see what's going on here. Well, that didn't help at all. I tell you what, old YouTube has got me confused. I tried to do some live streams this week on another channel. It wouldn't let me do that. Wouldn't let me. Anyway, I guess that's their right, and I appreciate them making this available to me to get out here and say hello with you guys. And 6 views last week, no views 9 minutes ago. It says here that my processing ain't no live. Shoot, man. I tell you what. I'm here. But I am here with y'all. Why is this thing so many? Anyway. Y'all forgive me. I'm just trying to piddle out and figure out what I'm doing here, and I'm not doing very well. Listen, I'm trying the best I can to learn how to do these live streams so we could form this community, and I'm taking the beating on it, and I'm enjoying every darn minute of it. But we're here to talk about our regular stuff. Let's go ahead and excuse me. Let's go ahead and get started with the deer season and harvest numbers. Deer season continues to report steady success. Georgia's Department of Natural Resources has the statewide harvest holding above average for this point in the season, and Rabun County hunters are reflecting that trend with solid numbers, especially in the thickets near Warwoman and Lake Burton, WMA. With the rut mostly wrapped up, bucks or does are shifting to evening feeding patterns as the thermometers dip. Here's a couple hints. I've talked to some folks and hunt food sources near cover, acorn flats, cedar edges, and leftover crops. And watch afternoon light. Deer often move right before dusk now. Is that my phone? That's my pop. Anyway, let me talk to him. Hey, Pop.
You still downtown?
Yes, sir. I sure am.
Closed up in the hotel room?
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here closed up in the hotel room.
Oh, well, what's been going on?
That's it. Everything good with you?
Yeah, so far.
So far, is it cold there?
Yeah, it's cool. I rang the bell for the Salvation Army today.
Oh, good for you.
That was a new experience, but
How long did you stand there and ring it?
2 hours.
Did you sit down when you did it, or did you stand up the whole time?
I took my rocker chair with me, and I sat there in the sun and rang the bell.
Dang, I need to send you a check.
Oh, well, don't worry about sending checks.
I got about $800 that got to go out.
What is that for?
Charitables.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do you say you got to give it out?
Well, it's my commitment. You know.
I tell you what I would suggest you do
Uh,
if you commit is check with one of your local charities or churches in the Clayton area and ask them if there's a family that needs a guardian angel to appear for them.
Yeah, I got in motion. Kim has decided she wanted to give half of, well, it's,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's at least $1,600, and she wants to give some to Pause for Life, and I'm going to decide to do what to do with the rest of it. Thought about Toys for Tots, but that's a good idea you gave me. I might do that.
Well, give me a chance to do something nice for somebody. That has it a lot tougher than there's always somebody in a town like that that could use a little help. I was
Yeah.
thinking, it's just like homeless people. Uh,
Well,
some of
my thoughts are turning more to children. I just can't stand the thought of a child with an empty belly not having any kind of Christmas spirit. That's
well,
the
now
thing that really.
that's what I was referring to. As I was sitting up there doing the ringing of the bell for the Salvation Army, I thought to myself that once upon a time, about 75 years ago, I remember that Christmas came from the Salvation Army.
Well, maybe I were to do that. Just send you a check.
No, I don't need to check. The fact is, I mailed your card this week. Mailed it Monday, so
Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment this morning and then went to the bank and got gift distribution money and left it with Kim. I didn't even want to think about it.
you do it cash.
Some of it. Some of it we get a postal money order and send it down to Alabama.
You mean for Kristen?
Yeah, Christian and Gar.
Well, I told you I had lunch with them.
Yeah,
Always.
I need to get down there. I really do. That boy will be walking and running before I get there.
Well, he's growing fast, I'll tell you. Oh,
I'm sitting here eating a piece of Claxton fruitcake. Kim bought me a fruitcake.
uh-oh. Just soaking rum.
No, I didn't have any. I hadn't had rum in a long time.
I remember back in the early days, Carl Plunkett, when I worked with him 100 years ago, he was a member of the Civitan Club, and the Civitan Club sold Claxton fruitcakes. And for Christmas, you could expect the Claxton fruitcake from him. I thought it was the damnedest things ever was.
Well, this one tastes kind of like a 54 model.
54 model.
handed,
Mid.
handed around and got back to Walmart.
Those things will store very easily. You can store it for 100 years.
That's why I'm saying this one tasted like a 54 model. Might have been one of them you bought.
fella just jumped out of an airplane. His parachute caught on the tail of the plane.
Uh-oh. You watching that on TV?
It's on the. I got the CBS News on.
Lord.
So, oh.
Got any company coming for Christmas?
As far as I know, not.
Well, Kim's going to Brittany and them's, and I'll probably be working next week. Probably work straight through the weekend and to the 23rd. And I think I'll be done here, but I thought if it works out, I could ride down there with you and spend Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and then head out when Mindy and them are heading in.
Friday after Christmas. It's up to you. If you want to do that, that's kind of fine.
Let's see if I got any clean clothes left.
Well, I got to wash and dryer.
Yeah. Putting doors in the house and those back doors.
Oh, you are doing that?
Yeah, I got sliding doors.
I hope you know what you're doing. You get the heavy-duty sliding doors. See, when people talk to me about sliding doors, I think about those old flimsy things.
Yeah, it's the kind that go in the trailer house. Them's the one we got.
I certainly hope you had better sense.
Oh yeah, these things about $1,200 each.
That's still pretty cheap.
Well, I guess I'm a cheapskate or a poor boy one, a combination thereof. But they ended up costing me a little bit more. Now I'm going to tell you a funny story, and I don't want to get out much because I ain't settled it up yet. Old Zach was putting them in. And he had one of his helpers with him, and he dropped the drill and broke one of them. He was so mad and upset at himself and his guy that did that. I said, well, ask him for the, I'll leave her a credit card. I said, get the credit card from her and go buy another one. Ain't nothing that shit happens, you know. And he said, man, I ain't going to make you pay for it. I just let it drop. When I settle up with him, I'll take the hit for it because, you know, he's taking care of the grandkid and his wife. I don't want to be shy about nothing else in the future. So
Here's the thing. He may have insurance that would cover something like that.
yeah, I'll ask him. Yeah, but you hate to use insurance on a $1,200 loss in business because, hell, they'll just get it back next year in premium.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, we'll settle it out. Kim said when she heard that thing hit and she said it went silent.
It's more than a single pain, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's double pain.
Are they heavy-duty doors?
Oh yeah, it takes two men to pick them up. Definitely. And a cart. You got to put them on a cart. They won't. You just can't. Yeah, they're heavy. I don't know the deal, but that's what happened. It's on the back porch, and we'll figure it out. But I thought it was funny, and he didn't seem to think it was too funny, but I did, even though I knew it was going to cost a little more.
Those things are supposed to withstand.
Yeah, I think the point of the bit hit it just right and caught in the corner. You know, it's in the corner of the glass, and it just shattered it. I mean, it's big and heavy. It's you know, it probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had a propane gas delivery at the same time, same day.
Oh well, shit happens.
Every day, man, every day.
Talking about Kristen and I mailed them checks too this week, so don't Don't try to send them money that I send them.
It's neither nor, Pop. There's a set amount I send out regardless. So, and everybody gets the same, except the grandkids get a silver Christmas tree ornament. It says either Merry Christmas or Season's Greeting for the year. I think some of them got 4 or 5 of them now. That stuff's at $60 an ounce now. I like fell out of my chair when I saw that. Yeah. Probably gonna go a little higher, I think.
But you'll remind me the next time you're down here. I've got some silver ingots and silver dollars.
That's just too expensive for me now.
I remember when it was $4 or $5 an ounce.
Yeah, back in the probably late 60s, early 70s, perhaps.
Yeah, it was like $4.50 an ounce or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Everybody seems to be doing okay. I hadn't heard any gloom and doom. Of course, my budget went up this year on giving away money because I had to give Kim some too.
You had to give Kim some.
Yeah, she didn't have no money. I ain't got no money now.
Well, not to make you feel bad or make you feel better, I sent out almost $6,000.
Well, that's good.
When I counted everybody, I hope I didn't miss anyone.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't remember if I sent anything last year to James's new wife, children. Just don't remember if I sent anything to them last year.
Yeah, well. If they get uptight about it, they're uptight about the wrong daggum thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So
I don't ever count on nothing, you know. I just don't ever let. I've reached that fine age where just not much bothers me anymore.
did you say you got a good report from the doctor?
Yeah. He says, I need to see you again in 6 months. And I said, okay. He says, your lipids are good. And I said, okay. I said, so I need to see you back in 6 months for what reason? He goes, well, I want to check your lipids again. I said, well, I've got my primary doctor. I got my annual physical, and you see that report, and I'll have another one for you in just, I think, March. And I looked on the calendar, and I said, yeah, March, you'll get another exact same report you got. And they've done the calcification test on the heart, and it's below what it should be at my age, which is good. And there's, yeah, it's good. So he said, yeah, just a couple things you need to worry about, you know, because 10 years down the road. And I said, I know, I'm a fat ass. He goes, well, you're not that bad. And I said, you can say it, Doc. I'm all right with it. But, yeah.
Lose a few pounds. How much you weigh now?
Probably about 242, something around there. He weighed me today. It was 247, but I was fully clothed with a jacket and boots and everything else. So butt naked, I might come in about 242. But nobody wanted to see that. I threatened it.
Well, in my sleeping attire, which is socks and shorts, I come in at about 207, which is down Not a lot, but it's down. My goal is to get back under 200.
Yeah.
So, see how that works out.
But the blood pressure was good, like 108 over 64. Pulse rate was good.
Your
And so,
108?
yeah, or 118, I don't remember.
Mine's usually around 130 to 140.
And then he goes, "Well, let's just see you in a year." I said, "Okay."
Well, better too often than not enough.
Yeah, well, probably a beer truck would get me for anything else. Just walking across the street or something.
All right, I'm going to let you go.
All right, well, I'm just sitting here in the realm of neither where.
What hotel are you in?
It's formerly the Walton Building. It's at 87. I think it's Walton Street. Right about a block from Centennial Park, right behind the old Ferris wheel, maybe a block, maybe 2 blocks.
But it's on Walton Street. That's the Walton building was on Marietta Street.
Well, yeah, it's on corner of get me line. I don't know where I'm at. I'm in a concrete canyon.
Yeah, if I remember, the Walton building was not a real high rise, but
I think it's 8 stories or 9 stories.
no, that's not the Walton building.
Well, that's what it says on the plaque down there coming in the door.
Oh, well.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here. Maybe I'll get a paycheck before long. Pay for that broken door.
You're down there on that, behind the old post office.
It looks like it might be. Got a bunch of glass windows in it. This parking deck or something now. I don't know.
Well,
Everything go all right down there with you? You feeling good, or legs bothering you still real bad, or?
I started on a Nervine that's supposed to be good for the nerve system.
Yeah.
I started on that Tuesday, and you're supposed to take 3 tablets. Damn, go buy some Powerball tickets. $1 million. But you take 3 of these a day for 7 days. And I don't know if it's my imagination or not, but I've been on them for Tuesday, Wednesday. I've only taken them 3 times. And it does feel like it's a little better already.
Well, good. Maybe it'll work.
So we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah. Cause I really worried about you going up and down them damn stairs. How many people say I'll be all right? I ain't gonna fall and then fail.
Well, let me tell you, I won't say I ain't gonna fall, but I'm pretty damn careful.
Well, how many people have said that?
Well, I hold on to the rail on both sides.
Yeah.
Today I was carrying part of the Christmas tree down. And I realized that was dangerous.
Yeah.
But I could very well throw it
down. Yeah. Well, that's probably, that's my biggest concern. I don't care if you drive around and ding your car up all day. That don't concern me. It don't bother me at all. Not at the speeds you get on down there in the island. You ain't.
But let me tell you, today standing up there in front of the Winn-Dixie, was a good opportunity to observe people.
Yep.
There was one guy pulled up, parked right there in the handicap spot right next to where I was. Got out of his car, and I got up and asked him if he needed a little help because he really looked like he was struggling. Turned out he's 10 years younger than I am. So I thought to myself, damn, I've got it pretty good.
There you go. What's that old song? Look on the bright side of life.
But it was interesting watching the number of people coming into the grocery store who were obviously younger than I am, the difficulties and problems that they had.
And it's all related to diet and lack of exercise, I guarantee you.
Well, I've never been a dieter and never been an exerciser.
Well, active, being active.
I think the biggest thing is genetics.
Do you?
I think genetics play a big part in it.
I'm probably doomed then.
Well,
None of them Elrod women made it very far.
Your grandfather on both sides had alcohol issues. And your grandfather on the Elrod side was another one of those that abandoned his family and left him. And his mother would never tell anybody where he was. But I found out that he died virtually homeless in Miami. I got a copy of his death certificate. So his father, I'm not certain of it, but I think his father was Arthur Elrod. And he died, I forget what I got him down for. But did you know that I am the oldest male member of the Langford line in our direct line of family? My father, grandfather, and so forth, and their brothers. That I'm the oldest one. None of them ever lived as long as I have. And Jim is my brother, is the second one. So on your grandmother's side, my mother, her father died in his 60s, and I thought he was an old man then, but
Yeah.
he was another drinker and drugs. But he fell off of a ladder in Atlanta. I don't know. Well, you weren't old enough to remember that. But he later on died. But his father, Jens Johnson, was 95 when he died. So you never can tell. But different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. That's why I just do whatever. I try to stay, active in mind and body as much as I can to enjoy what little time may or may not remain for me.
Just remember this, I'm 25 years older than you are.
Yeah, I know. I want you to have a long life.
All right, son, I'll talk with you later.
All right, Pop. See you later.
job. Bye.
All right. All right. See ya. All right, boys and girls, that was my father. And this old live stream, it just don't mean that much to me. I just soon have y'all listen to me reminisce and talk to my father than to go through all this stuff. But we can get through a little more. We was talking about deer hunting. It says here, rut hunting isn't over until the snow flies. Patience pays. Upcoming dates, of course, we know that the deer season firearm runs through the 11th of January, as does the bear. Trapping season now through February 28th. Small game and rabbit continues. Coyotes and fur bears open where legal. Check your local regs. Of course, trout fishing, that's my thing, but it says here, anchor deep pools, fish move less but feed more deliberately, and they sure do. You just gotta take it easy with them and don't get in a rush throwing no flashaboo, because they just want to watch it come to them, and you gotta get it in that drift, you gotta get it in that seam and let it go on down there. Don't forget your hunter safety now. Let's make sure we check our harnesses and stand hardware. Cold weakens and weather weakens webbing and metal. Keep warm layer and rain shell in your pack. Sometimes the weather can shift fast, brother. It has been here in Atlanta. I know that. Go from cold and wet to cold and dusty. Make sure you let somebody know where you're at, okay? Cold hands make poor decisions. A warm heart makes good ones. So, y'all hunters, keep that in mind. I would like to talk a little bit about Christmas, though. Christmas has meant long before ornaments and lights and what it can still mean. At its heart, Christmas is a story of light coming into the world when darkness was longest. That's part of why it resonates so deeply here in Appalachia, where winter's hush feels sacred, and every warm home feels like a refuge. This season invites us to give rather than just receive. Reconnect with neighbors and kin. Remember who needs a helping hand, and rejoice not only in joy, but in hope itself. Mountain traditions of long ago didn't have fancy trimmings, but they had heart. Candles in the windows. I remember as a kid, my mom had the windows and she kept candles in them. Hymns by the lantern. I remember the carolers. I remember caroling as a kid. And quilts passed from hand to hand, and fellowship shared around the hearth. That's the spirit we celebrate, not just for a day, but for a season of hearts open to kindness. Now, there's some things going on. Clayton Christmas Parade, I think that's passed. And Diller Light, the star has been lit. Mountain City has a Christmas concert. Check out the local paper for where. Toys for Tots drop off. I've been thinking about that. My wife, she wants to give to the no-kill shelter, the Pause for Life, and I guess we'll write that check this week. And then, as my dad suggested, I'll probably contact the church to see if they've got a family that they're working for. Need to do something. I need to do it this weekend. Library holiday program. Got some stuff going on at the library. There's many church cantatas and candlelight services across Rabun County. School and family theater, holiday plays, and pageants at local school auditoriums. They say if you hang tinsel outside, the squirrel thinks it's shiny acorns. Half the yards end up rearranged overnight. Grandma's secret holiday gravy ingredient, she says it's love, but we know it's an extra stick of butter. Only around here do we hang mistletoe over the deer mountain and still expect company to kiss under it. Oh, Holy Night. That's a wonderful song. I need to look that up and listen to it. I need to maybe find an old copy of that for the next week's Rabun County Rag. If y'all run across this later on, I know I was on the phone call with my dad, but I didn't want to give up the live stream. I wanted to be live, but I wanted to talk to my dad, and maybe you enjoyed hearing a father-son talk to each other as we move to the season of Christmas. Anyway, before we wrap this thing up, excuse me, I got a head cold. What's one very local Christmas tradition you carry on every year? Is a handwritten card, a favorite dish, a special hymn? That reminds me, I got Christmas cards to fill out. I don't feel like doing it tonight. I'd love to feature them next week, so share them with me. Send me some Christmas light photos or winter trails and deer camp shots and kids' holiday ornaments. Remember, we are a community of like-minded people with common interests in hunting, fishing, protecting our community, culture, families, and environment. We come here to exchange ideas, resources, and information. As we close out tonight's Christmas edition of the Rabun County Rag, let this be a reminder. The spirit of Christmas isn't just gifts or lights. It's open hearts, shared stories, and the gentle way we look out for one another. Thank you for sharing your time with me, your hearts, your Thursday night with me right here at the Rabun County Rag. Until next week, may your fire stay warm, your blessings be counted, and your hope shine bright. This is Bubba, and I'm signing off. And as always, until we see each other again, have a grateful day, have a grateful week, and we will see you next time. All right, boys and girls. And I'm going to see what I can do here. All right, shut that off.